Welcome to TRS Clips, where you'll find happiness through your own curiosity. When I was doing research for this episode, I found out that PM Modi was the first Indian PM since Indira Gandhi who visited the UAE, which I found strange because UAE has such a big Indian population as well, as in people of Indian origin who have shifted since the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. So my question to you is, how does the local Emirati view PM Modi? I'm asking you like the foreigner's perspective on PM Modi.
I'll tell you. So I was there when we were preparing for his first visit. And I could see the euphoria because it kind of was that everyone saw that this will generate momentum that will be unstoppable.
For the ties between the two countries.
For the ties between the two countries. And so if you look back to that time and today, you would see that it's not just the relationship. I mean, let's take the relationship for now and box it for a while and look at the relationship between the two leaders. And that has a very special kind of charisma. There's a very special bond between them, which also trickled down to the relationship itself and drove it much further than it would have been otherwise. And I think this is why the perception of the PM in the UAE is extremely positive, especially with all those visits between the two countries. The PM visiting a few times, my president also visiting India a few times, especially recently.
Yeah. And I think at least in India, the local population's perception of UAE has improved in my eyes. That's what I feel. I'm talking about like the masses.
True, because they see that, right? I mean, once you have a leader visiting the other country, it makes headlines. And then you see it the other way around, makes headlines. And then you see quite a few high-level visits in a very short period of time. And be like, okay, this is way too important for them to not be visiting this frequently. And then every single time there is a visit happening, you would see that a few things happen pre-visit, during the visit and after the visit. And if it's not signing MOUs or inaugurating this or starting negotiations on that, then it's something else, a major project being announced or participating in a cultural event or hosting this kind of event and so on. And I think once you see that, it becomes extremely difficult not to be in, I wouldn't say just be in favor, but to be a true fan of the relationship, to be a true fan of the other country, to actually like the other country, and to be excited about the relationship.
Yeah. Familiarity increases in many ways.
I think familiarity has always been there, but this happening over the past years kind of just drove it to a very different level.
Gotcha. Again, I'm giving you some Indian guy perspective here.
Sure.
This is about His Highness Mohammed bin Zayed and His Highness Mohammed bin Rashid. These two people. My impression of them as an Indian, especially when I go to Dubai, is these two human beings are very visionary human beings. I think they see the end point and then they are highly organized in their own head to be able to execute upon that vision. It's a very rudimentary viewpoint that I have in my heart about these two humans. So my question to you is, what is your viewpoint, your human viewpoint on PM Modi as an Emirati? Like, how do you view PM Modi?
I like him. Me being an Emirati, even before coming to India, because as I said, I've been part of the first visit. I saw how things have developed. I saw how things have taken a very different direction. And honestly speaking, this relationship needed that, because you look at India and you look at the UAE, being an Indian or being an Emirati, and we are 3.5 hours away, depending on from what city to what city. We have a sizable Indian population living in the UAE in all kinds of sectors and industries. And it just did not make sense that back then there was this
distance.
Yes, like it was too quiet, like, why isn't anything happening in this relationship? Why is it weird? Like, what was happening there? And then PM Modi comes and this takes a very different trajectory, a very different direction. And then, the relationship between the two leaders also took the relationship to an even better direction. And so you cannot not see this and think, it's because of those two leaders that we are where we are here today. And it only makes sense because, again, you look at the UAE's population, we're talking about 1/3 of the population being Indian. And so it's only a natural progression in the relationship that we are where we are. And I think we're just starting.
Why didn't it happen earlier?
Sometimes there have to be certain, or maybe not an example, and it's more of an illustration. Certain circumstances, certain individuals need to be in certain places at the right time for things to work out.
Like there's too many factors at play.
True. And so if you were looking at the institutions, the institutions will be doing what they're doing. They will meet every year. We will have conversations. We will sign maybe an agreement, maybe 2 agreements. A couple of UAE companies would come and invest here. A couple of Indians would come and move to the UAE and expand their business into the UAE. But that doesn't mean that the relationship is where it's supposed to be. But then when everything is aligned for things to work out, and you have 2 leaders who can take advantage of this and make sure that we are, using this opportunity to the best of everyone, for the best of everyone, then that's how it works.
Gotcha. Hey, if you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out all the other clips we've uploaded on this channel. You'll find a clip related to almost every single topic as long as you're willing to search for it.